Welcome to the Gearing Roles Gender and AI presentation by the Centre for Diversity, Policy, Research and Practice at Oxford Brookes University. The rise of artificial intelligence raises a number of questions in relation to gender. Is technology a great opportunity for gender equality? Can we consider that technology is gender neutral, or that it will become a great equaliser in society? What is certain is that AI is not only about technical questions, but ethical ones. Firstly, what is AI? In computer science, artificial intelligence is a simulation of human and animal intelligence by machines. It's important to distinguish between general and narrow AI. General AI is the dream or the vision that we have, or maybe even where we are heading. Can we create artificial human beings that are indistinguishable from humans? A narrow AI is in fact what we have right now, such as spam filters, search engines, music or movie streaming platforms, or self-driving cars. Research into AI is not a new phenomenon. It started in the 1950s. In the 1950s, the Turing test for computer intelligence came about, which wanted to establish whether a computer's conversation could become indistinguishable from that of humans. AI relies on the use of machine learning, which is the application of statistical models to training data to derive a model and from there predict outcomes. An example algorithm, even if not usually presented as one, is the Bechdel test. We could start with the premise that we are interested in predicting which movies are likely to be gender sensitive and inclusive. Applying the Bechdel test as an algorithm involves the following 3 steps. Is there at least 2 significant characters that are women in the movie? Do they talk to each other? And about a subject that isn't a man? If for each step the answer is yes, then the algorithm predicts this is likely to be a gender sensitive movie. Algorithms are used in all sorts of different settings, such as for judges to make decisions about sentencing, for facial recognition in smartphones, to decide whether to grant a loan, or to decide what job adverts to show someone on the web. Yet in all of these examples, there is great potential for gender bias to creep in, as well as other types of bias. Sentences are found to be harsher for black defendants. Facial recognition works less well for women and non-white faces, and women get lower credit limits or are presented with adverts for lower paid jobs. This means it is important to look at AI from a gender perspective. Let's look at some examples related to language, the basis for neurolinguistic programming, machine learning, or to robots and digital assistants. Some machine learning algorithms use word association. For example, he is king and she is queen is a successful link. However, this becomes an issue when these associations reinforce gender stereotypes, such as she is nurse, but he is doctor, or she is interior designer, but he is an architect. These associations are made because there's bias in the training data in the first place, since, for example, the vast majority of nurses are women. But the danger is that algorithms will make matters worse by not displaying images of nurses that are men in an internet search. A solution to this is to engage expertise in teaching algorithms, teaching which connections are appropriate and which ones are not gender biased. In machine learning, the algorithm learns from a training dataset and the data that it continues to receive. But should learning be supervised or unsupervised for mitigating biases? Let's look at what happened with Tay, an AI chatbot launched by Microsoft Corporation on Twitter on the 23rd of March 2016. The idea behind Tay was to devise a bot that could engage in casual and playful conversation, and it would learn and get smarter the more that people chatted with her. But within less than 24 hours, Tay had learned and repeated racist and sexist remarks from other users. This experiment was shut down after just 16 hours. AI can also be embodied. Sometimes AI is materialized through a voice, such as Alexa or Siri, or it can take a human form, such as through a robot. When AI is embodied, does it have a gender? A Google search of AI shows a mix of connections, brains and heads. However, they have a distinct blue colour, which suggests a masculine connotation. The same search for robots also suggests that robots are largely modelled on men. It is important to think about gender and AI for robots. Are we talking about sex, i.e. in robots and the embodiment of AI, or are we talking about gender, such as the roles that we assign to either robots or to personal assistants in terms of femininity or masculinity? Newer technology, increasingly adopted within the home, such as Alexa, Cortana, or Siri, perform a role that is stereotypically feminine and submissive. It becomes all the more problematic when such systems become the target of sexist abuse and sexual harassment. Originally, when Siri was called a bitch, her response might have been, "I'd blush if I could." Similarly, repeatedly telling devices, "You are sexy," only provokes a request to stop after several instances, and not in all of them. There has been a rise in algorithms for decision making, but algorithms are not without bias and they do need to be scrutinised, particularly by gender experts. It is also important to assess at which stage the bias happens. Is it located in the training data, the algorithm itself, or both? For this to happen, we need to ensure there is a greater number of women involved in computer science and related subjects, since AI, like all technologies, reflects the values of the people developing it. To conclude, what is needed to ensure that we mainstream gender into AI? It is important to ensure that women are involved in the design of AI systems. To ensure that this is the case, it is also important to ensure that women participate more in computer science in universities, as students or as academics. Besides the numbers, it is also imperative to work towards changing cultures and reflecting on the values embedded in the design of systems. A central question is to ensure that AI systems are informed by gender and feminist perspectives. Technology is a great opportunity for gender equality, providing that it delivers fair and equal outcomes. So far, technology is hardly gender neutral, and it is important to assess the effects that this may have on producing these fair and equal outcomes. After all, the development of AI will not only afford greater productivity gains in society, but it also has the potential to become a tool for a more gender equal society. Thank you.